Hi and welcome to Podpad Studios, back here in the workshop with the T-1. It's been a very, very busy week. Well, I just lost track of all things. We went on holiday.
You want one?
Which was interesting. M Shed, which we had a droid meeting, which was really nice to get out and meet all the guys and girls with the droids. And we've obviously been doing a lot of work on this beastie here. And do you know what? She's nearly getting to the point where I could say, yeah, not finished, because nothing's ever finished, but resolved for now. But no, lots of more work on the bodywork needs to be done. A few more electronics going in. We've got something very special for you with regards to the T-1 coming up. But first of all, I think let's have a look. Let's delve a little bit deeper and see what we've done on the T-1.
How much body filler have you used?
6 litres so far.
6 litres.
6 litres of body filler. Ain't all bloody worth it, T-1. Right. As you can see, loads of work's been done on the T-1. The bodywork has been a real pain, but I knew it was going to take time. We're on about the 4th coat of primer now, so about 8 more coats to go probably. Anyway, apart from let's forget the depressing stuff. Let's focus on the fun bits. As you can see, her head is nearly done. Now, obviously, I've got a camera system to fit, another LED to fit, but you see I've kind of gone with this style LED. I just thought it suited her personality a little bit more, and you notice I'm calling her. There'll be a little bit more on that later on, but I'm not going to give away too much at the moment. The beauty of this system is I can use these things, so I can change colours, so we can actually run whatever different colours we want, and that might be related to her personality, how she feels, you know, angry or sad or happy or whatever. So anyway, there's that. You also notice she seems to have got like all these things in here. Now, this is really, really simple. I was looking to find a way to get her head to move really, really smoothly. Now, as you know, there's the servos are in the center, and with the radio, I've got, you know, pan and tilt. So I've got a full, complete axis of movement for her head. But as you can see here, there's these things. Now, I was struggling with this a little bit because you need these kind of like, I suppose on the actual one, they are actually actuators, push rod servos, I don't know, probably hydraulically or pneumatically operated, moving the head up and down. But I didn't want to go that route. Number one, because it was very, very expensive, and number two, because I just didn't want to go that route. It was much easier using high torque servos kind of hidden away up underneath. So I needed to find a way to create the look that these were actually making the head move, as you can see, without them actually making the head move. And believe it or not, I came up with £3.50 bicycle pumps. And that's what these are. These are aluminium tubes, and there's these little mini bicycle pumps you get, which on the whole for £3.50 I would expect are pretty useless anyway. But, aha, here is a little trick. Because they're valved and they're gauged inside, what I can do is I can control the amount of air that moves in and out of them, which means I can create a damping effect for the servos. Another little thing, I had to find a way to put a universal joint on the base of each of these and on the top of each of these. And I sat there and I threw things out on CAD, and I 3D printed some prototypes. I was going to use some metal ones, and they were too heavy. And do you know what they are in the end? Lego. Lego is just indestructible. I don't know what plastic they make it out of, some sort of stuff that's forged from the base of volcanoes, or probably, I don't know. But anyway, Lego universal joints on the base, Lego universal joints at the top, and I've got this great, wonderful, smooth, as I said, the head's not completely bolted it down, locked down yet, because I've got to fit the camera and I've got to fit the other LED. So when it's all put in, it will be really, really fluid. So the head, we'll add some cosmetic wiring, and obviously there'll be more wiring coming down for the camera. But the head is, apart from being painted, is almost finished. So that's really, I'm really, really happy with that. So, guns. You saw me working on the guns in a previous episode. what we've got to do is try and work out a way to spin them all up. Now, initially, I was going to use the radio because obviously this radio has 20 channels on it, direct channels, which means that I could actually control this with numbers of switches, so I could flick switches to do different things, which would be really good. Obviously at the moment I can flick switches to raise and lower the body. That's really good, and I thought it'd be great to put some, put the guns on switches as well. I did run into some problems though with that. I bought these small, I suppose, radio control switches, but obviously the ones I got weren't very good quality, and they were causing all sorts of glitching on the radio system. So I kind of dumped that, and I went back to something that I've used for years, which is a straightforward, you know, the garage door remotes. They basically, these trigger through little relays, wireless relays, and I can switch to the guns. And then of course with the press of the button, I can spin the guns up. Little bit wobbly at the moment because there's no bracing around the back of the gun, but they do spin at a certain rate. And obviously when you're bearing in mind that this will all be lifted up and then it will spin up, it should look quite imposing really. So that is the guns, shoulders and head pretty much sorted out now. Obviously there's a lot more cosmetic things to do. I've got water system is in as well, and we've got to work out at the moment whether we're going to jet the water through these or squirt the water from a different position. I don't know yet. I'm not 100% sure. No, that's the radio talking to me. For some reason as well, and I don't know why this is, I'm using the TR18 receiver, and I seem to get every 5 minutes or so the telemetry dropping out. So if anybody knows why, can you get in touch with me? It just drops out and drops in. I didn't have the same problem with the 8 or the 10 channel receivers, but it's the 18. Now, I'm wondering whether it can't be the range, and I've still got complete control. So when the telemetry drops out, I've still got complete control. I just get from the radio, telemetry lost, telemetry recovered. Don't know why. Not a big deal. I just, you know, if somebody knows why, it'd be great to stick it in the comments below. But there we go. So far, that's where we're at with the T1. Next steps are going to be back to bodywork. Back to sanding and filling and sanding and filling and sanding and filling until it's absolutely perfect. And here is the sad bit. Once it's absolutely perfect, then I have to make it not perfect because I have to distress it all. And that's going to be depressing, isn't it? All those hours I've spent making it look perfect and then I've got to destroy it all. But anyway, that's the next episode.
So I bet you've been wondering, what is that Mrs. Breaker up to? Well, important job. Inspecting the work on the studio and checking out the new area we've built here just outside it, and reading a few books, and yeah, important work. So I guess the other thing I've got to say to you is if you want to find out more about that important work, then do pop on down to Patreon. From only £2 a month, you can actually follow us on Patreon, support us, and we'll tell you all the gory details of how we did the studio revamp and how we're getting ready for our open studios in September this year. So really exciting stuff. And we're going to leave you today with a little bit of footage from Droid Builders UK Southwest, who were down at the M Shed in Bristol, and there was just loads of droids, and it was really, really cool. So thanks for inviting us, guys, and hope you guys all enjoy this. Bye.
Hi, my name's James and this is R5D4. Yes, he does have a bad motivator, as seen in the film.
I'm Riley, this is Chopper. So Chopper took 2 years to build. So we started him all the way back in lockdown in 2020.
But I can't. Oh my god. It's stuck. No, it's definitely stuck. What? Oh, it's gone the wrong way, Mark. It's totally stuck.